ahead.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So I am chilling in my cozy, comfortable chair and decided to pick up the camera and record this video for you guys. I asked a question in one of my videos, I think a couple videos back, if you wanted to get an update of how I was doing post COVID. So this is it. So yeah, I wrote a couple notes down. If you see me looking down, I made some notes to try to write down some things that I think that you will want to know, and some things that are of importance to me that I went through or experienced during this time, and I thought I would share. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and let's get into it. Okay, so one of the first things is like, how am I doing? So I'm here, I'm alive, I am definitely grateful, and I feel that I'm extremely blessed to be able to even be having this conversation with you right now. So that is like one of the true signs of how I'm doing. I'm doing really, really well. I'm so grateful. It's just beyond words how grateful I am. So I'm doing really good. It has been, I think, 6 months at this point. And if you don't know, this is your first time coming to this channel. In July of last year, I contracted COVID pneumonia, and I was hospitalized for a week and had to go through a process of recovering and healing. And after that, I made a video about me catching COVID or contracting COVID, and this is the updated video of how I'm doing after my process and my healing process and recovering process. So I'll link that video of that one in the comments, so you can catch that one and then come back and catch up with this one. So I think I'm doing pretty good, if I have to say so myself, as far as where I started and where I am now. A next thing that I wanted to cover was, have I regained my full body function as far as after recovery? I feel like I pretty much have recovered my full body function. There's some things that are still lingering, as far as I still have, a lingering cough. I still get winded if I overexert myself too much. So outside of that, I'm pretty much back to my full capacity. Something else I wanted to cover was how my husband was doing. Did he catch COVID, and how did he protect himself during caring for me? So my husband did not test positive for COVID. Thank God, because before I even tested, he was taking care of me. I just thought I was just, feeling bad. And then after I got my test of the positive result, he cared for me the entire time. So what he did was he kept himself masked up, of course, washing his hands, washing down surfaces when I touched things or went to the restroom, just taking the same precautions that I feel everyone should be taking on a day-to-day basis. So that's what he did. I went into another bedroom in the house, and was able to stay in there with everything that I needed. And he just came in, checked on me, make sure I was good, and we just kept it as clean as possible. So thank God he did not test positive for COVID while he was caring for me. Let's see. How did my husband handle me having COVID and being able to, I guess, how did he cope with it? I wish he was here to answer this question, but he is not at the moment. But from my point of view, he handled it very well. He took care of me from beginning to end. Anything I needed, he was in communication with my physician, in prescriptions and things like that I needed prior to going into the hospital. Of course, anytime you have a spouse that is ill, it's a given. It's going to be, a pretty, what's the word? Scary time. I feel like he handled it well because he is a man of faith. So with much prayer, with much family and friend support, he was able to make it through the situation. Now, after getting better and coming out, I talked to some friends of mine and they were like, girl, if you never knew that your husband loved you, please believe that man loves you to life. And he was truly concerned about me, and I know that about him anyway. Like, he's just that type of person. Like, I wouldn't have married him if it was any different. How about that? So he handled it the best way he knew how to handle it, and he took care of me to the utmost. I really, really appreciate him for that. So I think he handled it well. Let's see. The next thing. Did it affect me mentally? In my opinion, yes, it did. It was truly a emotional roller coaster. I am a woman of faith. I am a believer. But I have to say, this caught me off guard because, I had been doing everything that I knew to do. I was taking my vitamins. I was wearing masks, taking all precautions. I was like doing the most, okay? And to still contract it, it was a rough situation, So mentally, when I had it, it's like I had been watching and listening to all the media and letting that stuff get into my mind and my spirit, and fear did sink in. Like, I was fearful. And I remember one night, I think it was like that third day of me getting sick, and it was like it was becoming very overwhelming because I had got to a point like, man, am I gonna fight through this? Because I was feeling so bad. It was like, man, am I gonna make it? Like, I feel like the enemy was just getting into my head, into my spirit, and I had to quickly start praying and declaring the word over my life. And I believe if I wasn't a believer and a woman of faith and knowing the word and being able to pray for myself, and me and my husband prayed together, we declared and prayed right there, because I was like, no, you don't have power. You're not going to overtake my mind. You're not going to overtake my body. So I had to take my power back. It knocked me off my feet for a second, but I had to take my power back. And then after coming through and coming out of the hospital, when I say it was an up and down roller coaster, because I've never been hospitalized. I've never been sick before. This was like a lot of firsts that happened to me when I had this sickness. And it was some days, having to be on oxygen, having my husband have to bathe me, and having to feed me, and not being able to be the independent person who I am was very taxing on my mind. And I'm like, this is not me. So I had some up and down days, and I just really had to encourage myself, stay prayerful, read my word, because the enemy tried to like defeat me seriously, and I was like, oh no, this is not gonna happen. So I really had to stay on top of that, seriously, because it was, yeah. So yeah, it did affect me mentally. Let's see, am I fearful now that I can get it again? Even though I know everything is just going on, and the new variants that's coming out, and all the things that's going on in our world, yes, of course, it's a possibility, but I choose to not live in fear, and I choose not to just dwell on the situation and, ponder on this. Oh my God, am I going to get it? Am I not? If this person look at me, am I going to get it? Because that can be a depressing way to live. And even though I have family members that have lost their life, I have friends that have lost loved ones, and it's very heart-aching to even think about that. But I still make the conscious decision not to live in fear of me getting the virus again. Let's see. How do I feel about the new variant that is out? How can I put it? I am just over it. I'm over it. I'm tired of the new variants. I'm tired of COVID. I'm sick of it. That's just my honest opinion. That's just as simple as I can put it. Let's see. Do I have any post-COVID challenges? And one of the biggest things I dealt with after coming out of the hospital with COVID pneumonia is a cough. I had and still have a lingering cough, even 6 months after the fact. Would be the lingering cough, the hard breathing. I cough when I overexert myself. If like I'm trying to clean the house, or like, I used to could like clean multiple rooms in the house back to back. Now I have to like take breaks, or clean a room at a time or a section at a time, because if I do too much, I start to cough really bad. So what else? Fatigue, being tired, or sleepy more often or sooner than I would normally be. Memory loss and brain fog. I experienced that. Like even prior to COVID, I was this person that had to like write things. I'm a writer. I take notes because I don't want to make sure I don't forget anything. So I always wrote notes and, use that a lot. But now it seemed like after the fact, it's like I noticed I was forgetting things or had to think really hard about certain things. So those are some things I have dealt with afterwards. And I feel like a lot of people don't talk about that. But it's a thing, It's a thing. So what I did, or what I still do now, I have a regimen of things that I do to help with those post-COVID challenges. I drink hot tea. I try to drink hot tea on a daily basis. I do herbal tea like green tea. I add ginger, and I add turmeric to my tea, lemon, honey, things like that. I try to drink, especially if you have that cough, I try to drink as less cold liquids as possible. Room temperature liquids, or warm or hot liquids is best. It was for me when I was trying to get rid of that cough, and even still now, I still do that. As far as vitamins, I take vitamin D3, zinc, vitamin C. I take a multivitamin. I do black seed oil, elderberry, and I do plenty of fluids. Excuse me. Now I have to say, I have never in my life taken this much medicine. Now the good thing is it's supplements, so it's like vitamins It's not like it's like narcotics or anything like that. And I'm grateful to not have to take anything extra outside of my vitamins. So at first, when I first came out of the hospital, I was on oxygen, I was on blood thinner, I was on like pain medicine because I was having pain in my joints and things like that. And I weaned myself off of that medicine. Even had to do like inhalers. It was just so much things that they tried to give me, and I'm not a person that likes to do medicine, so I weaned myself off of that medicine and off of the oxygen. And I continued to take my medications that I was taking prior to, and even started adding in some more things with it. So that's what I do, and I would recommend that to y'all too. Like if you're not taking your vitamins, just like the baseline, the D3, the zinc, the vitamin C, and a multivitamin would be good just on a daily basis anyway, and especially to build your immune system. And the tea that I take, one of our subscribers recommended the Mulein Tea, and I did pick that up, and I noticed that after taking that tea, it really helps. So that's become a part of my regimen now. I do the Mulein Tea. I actually need to go get some more of that. So excuse me. So adding that Mulein Tea really helped also. Let's see. Am I still wearing my mask? Yes. I never stopped wearing my mask. I'm still wearing my mask, and I would recommend that you do too. We in our state, the mask mandate is no longer in place, but even at work in the salon, I continue to require clients to wear their mask the entire time they were in the salon, as well as the staff wears a mask the entire time that they're in the salon. So I have to say, I don't like the mask. It, especially after having COVID pneumonia, it really messes with my breathing. But if that simple thing is going to help protect me and protect somebody else, I'm going to wear the mask. I feel like I cover everything that I feel like y'all would want it to know. If you have any other questions, you can definitely leave them down in the comments. I like to dialogue with you all there if you have any questions. But I'm just still so grateful, so blessed, and just privileged to be able to even have this conversation, being able to say that I survived having COVID-19 and I'm able to tell the story about it. Is just a blessing. So until next time, if you all have any other questions that you'd like to know, just leave them down in the comment section, and I will see you all in the next one.